Today we're taking a look again at a blues in E, and specifically for looking at regions of the fretboard and how to start getting through them. I know from my own teaching experience, which is rather extensive, we won't talk about that. What I notice is that this is everyone's happy scale, right? The pentatonic scale, and then of course you can move that pentatonic scale up an octave, and sometimes what's going on here, right? That's another reason that a lot of people will, players prefer this key of A, because that scale that everyone seems to know sort of sits nicely in the middle of the fretboard. And so what we want to do today is take the key of E and extrapolate the pentatonic scale and the flat 5, making it the blues scale, the minor pentatonic and the minor blues scale. And we want to extrapolate that across the entire fretboard. And what's a good way to do that? How can you do that? So first of all, I just played this one in open position. That's a great place to start, right? Remember, it's just a 5-note scale. There's no semitones in that scale, right? 5 notes. The drawback with the weakness of soloing just using the pentatonic scale is you're not going to really define the chord. Now, if you keep your ears wide open, you can get a long way with the pentatonic scale just by listening for those chord changes, and that's why I'm starting with the pentatonic. And we will add that flat 5 to make it a little bit more interesting. Okay, so there is the pentatonic scale in open position, right? And of course, we can take that up to the double dots at 12th fret, and we have the same scale an octave further. But the question today is what's in between here. Okay, so and how to conceptualize that. So here's a way to start. Here's my E, and here's another E. So this is an E7 chord. Now I'm in the middle of the fretboard. Now what I want to know is where the pentatonic scale is underneath this chord. There it is, right? So that, and you notice that I'm using, starting on the root, right? A more classic fingering would be, don't ignore your baby finger. Okay, so there's the pentatonic scale in that region. So now I've got 3 regions, right? I've got the open region, I've got the middle region, and you can hear that those scales are the same. And then I've got the octave at the top. Now let's link those up, right? And I'm counting on, rather than have pictures here and stuff, I'm counting on you being able to hear the sounds that we're talking about. Okay, now let's link up open region with middle region. Here's my root note. I can also get that root note right there, right? And now I'm in second position. I'm no longer in first or open position as I was down here, right? So second position. Same notes, right? There's no notes that are changing here. It's all the same stuff. I usually tend to, in a blues format, in a blues style, I tend to finger my scales with strong fingers. And that sounds weird, but when I just realized that as I'm doing this, I shift here because if I want to bend later on, and also vibrato, I've got strong fingers to do that with. You could play this scale with a baby finger, but like doing if at least for me, heavy vibrato and note bends with my baby finger, is not going to work. So I tend to sort of do shifts to my strong fingers, and when I'm going down, it doesn't really matter because I don't do note bends on the bottom three strings. Okay, so now we have three regions in the closer to the middle of the neck, right? And then we have. Okay, so you can see that I'm playing this one with my third finger. Here's my root. Let's change it up and play it with my first finger. Now I'm in seventh position. Here I was, well, if I'm using my third finger, I was in fifth position. Now I'm in seventh position, and I want to play the same. And you can hear that those notes are the same, right? And now think, I'm emphasizing these regions of the fretboard, So when you're moving, think that you're in position 7 now, and now I'm in position 5, or it could be in position 4. And here I'm in position 2, and here I'm in open position, and here I'm in position 12. That's going to help you. So now I've got that one there, and that one there. And this one here at 7th position. This kind of technique is going to apply to every single scale sound. It doesn't matter if you're playing Dorian or jazz melodic minor, or whatever, major scale. These 5 regions of the fretboard this is just the way the fretboard works. Okay, so we had this one here at 7th, right? And now we have this one here at 9th. So as you notice, I'm creeping up the fretboard. Now I'm bumping up right against my 12th position. So I'll play this slowly. And again, it's probably a good idea to sort of just err toward default toward one finger for each fret. Right, you can hear. Right. Okay, good. So that's all the pentatonic positions, right? So start that way, think that way. I think that'll help you get through everything. I remember many years ago when I was playing in bands all the time, and this would go back to my teens. Those memories prompt me to teach the way I do, because I remember playing solos, and and I thought I was pretty good, but I get to a certain region and I go, where the heck am I, right? And that's probably not a really good idea when you're trying to be creative. So what this is all about is trying to get a balance with the entire fretboard, and so that you feel comfortable in every region of the fretboard. Now, also remember that what we just played here, that it's going to be exactly the same scale forms in every key, right? I mean, if we're playing in pentatonic, it's going to be exactly the scale forms. They're just going to be found in different places. So this isn't a bunch of wasted practice that you're only going to use in the key of E. As guitar players, we play these same fingerings, these same forms in all keys. So the better you learn them in one key, the better and more comfortable you're going to feel in all keys. Okay, and as promised at the beginning, now let's see if we can hunt down the flat 5. So when we say 5, what we do is we add the other notes in the scale. So we're using in this case, a minor, a pentatonic minor. We've taken out 2 notes. We're going to put them back in to get the 5. 2, 3, 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my flat 5 and my regular 5, right? So that flat 5 is a B flat. I find the B flat here, right? And I may as well throw it up here too. Okay, and now I want to integrate that flat 5 into my pentatonic scale. Right. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing in the next position. Let's do this. Right, so there's my flat 5. And that gives us this chromatic movement from the A to the B flat to the B natural. And then we have that same chromatic movement up here as well. So first position, second position, and we did this one. There's my flat 5. Flat 5 being a B flat, so I can get it on the bottom. And form. And flat 5, 7th position. 7th position. I'll do that one more time. Now this is a great exercise too, because you're not just learning a pattern, right? What you're doing is you're learning to hunt down where that flat 5 is, and that flat 5 is an important note in the blues. It's got so much funk involved with it that you really want to be able to define that note, find that note, use that note, and this is a much better way to do it rather than sort of pretending that you're relearning a new scale. Don't have to relearn a new scale. You just add the flat 5. Okay, and then here we are in 9th position. There's my flat 5. Sort of briefly move out of position, and there it is on. Okay, so one region. Different region. Just moving around the fretboard. Great way to practice. Take a backing track like this, hunt down that flat 5, and there it is. And so on, right? Go on forever. But you get the idea. The idea is to sort of work your way around the fretboard, hunt down those flat 5s, listen to that flat 5, grab it, shake it around, see how it works against the chord. That goes for other notes in the chord as well. Listen to that 7, that flat 7 over each chord. That's another lesson. I hope that was a help for you. And if it was, like, subscribe, comment. We'll see you real soon. Bye now.